asked the Lord, what do I call you? What holy word should I hold true? The light grew warm, his voice was kind. He smiled and softly said, any name is fine. He said it matters less the name you choose, as long as I am called by you. For every voice and every heart, just call my name, it's where we start.
The stars above began to sing. The heavens bowed to their true King. And in his presence I understood his love is woven through all that's good.
He said it matters less the name you choose, as long as I am called by you. Every voice and heart is the same. Just call my name, oh, call my name. Call him Father, call him friend. Every prayer will still ascend. Call him Spirit, call him Lord. Every heart will be restored. He said it matters less the name you choose, as long as I am called by you. Every voice and every heart, just call my name so that we may never
There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm on holidays. Can you tell? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Carrie Kohan's live reading. I don't know how long I'm going to be out here. I am inundated with wasps, mosquitoes, and flies. And none of them are biting me, which is very nice. And I have a coil right here, so you'll see smoke coming up because the mosquitoes have been something else. I had an agreement with mosquitoes for many years. I was in Mount Shasta, and it was the first lesson that I had when I arrived in that little cabin out in the woods in Mount Shasta. And the first lesson was to take care of the smallest creatures, right? Smallest creatures on this planet, to have love and compassion for them. So a mosquito landed on me, right on my hand, as I was sitting on the toilet. Too much information. But I kind of was trapped, and I was like, should I kill it? No, you know what? I'm just going to look at it for a second. And as I was looking at it, I went, wow, have you ever really looked closely at a mosquito? The way that its legs, it actually dipped its thing, needle into me, and I watched it pull it out, and then it cleaned it, and then it put it back in, and it cleaned it. And I said, okay, we're going to have an agreement here. I'm going to let you take a couple of droplets of blood, as long as you don't give me anything in return, and mosquitoes will never bite me again. And that was 2017. So it's been 9 years. I never get mosquito bites, ever, ever, ever. This trip, I killed 2 hornets that were like right in my face. And I think that broke the agreement because all of a sudden I am being bitten by mosquitoes left, right, and center. So everyone is saying hello, good morning. It's probably pretty early your time. It's 6 p.m. here in Greece. About 10 days ago, my husband decided to surprise me with my birthday gift. My birthday was yesterday, June 22nd. And and so he just surprised me. Guess what, honey? We're going to Greece. It's my bucket list, right? So we're here in Corfu. In fact, I'm going to turn you around here. This is our little, we have a beautiful cabana here, and this is our garden in the backyard. Got some laundry drying, but the palm trees and the blue sky. I don't know if you've noticed, but the chemtrails have stopped, knock wood. And I think it's because there's been so much change politically around the world. Um, Keir Starmer, he resigned on my birthday as well yesterday, but it seems that he's going to be replaced with someone that is equivalent to Gavin Newsom out of California. He was the mayor of Manchester, and God has a greater plan. That's all I can say. So I think things are starting to you know change worldwide. Certainly, you see it in the skies. Like, look at this, the beautiful blue skies out there. There are no chemtrails in Portugal. Before we left, there were none. There were none in the UK. It all stopped about 3 weeks ago, I'd say, maybe even 4 weeks ago now. So thank you for the belated birthday wishes, by the way. Yes, 62 years old and doing fine. Yeah. And Jill is here. Hey, Jill, you're here. Yay. Sorry, I missed our session last week. I really had a rough week. Oh my God. I so there's an epidemic going on right now, and a lot of you guys have actually, asked questions, and a lot of my clients that have come to me have been experiencing no contact from their adult children. All of a sudden, it's like your head spins. You think, what the hell happened? What went wrong? And the blame game is pretty strong of like false accusations and all kinds of stuff. I don't know what to say. So Lynn Wood, I don't know if you know of Lynn Wood. I'm just adjusting the mosquito coil down here because I'm like inhaling the stuff. Anyways, Lynn Wood, he's brilliant. I think he is a what kind of lawyer is he? Litigation lawyer, but a defamation lawyer. That is it. And so he's an expert in making sure that what you say isn't slander, because if it's true, it's not slander. And he started to come out of the political closet, and he started speaking the truth about the thing and all of that sort of stuff. Back in 2016, 2017, he was pretty switched on. And then he declared his love for Jesus Christ. He vowed, that he was going to do God's work, Jesus's work. And it seemed that his 7 children at that time all decided that they wanted nothing to do with him shortly after that. And so here he is, raised, kids, and all 7 of them don't like what he says. They're embarrassed about, his belief systems. And I found myself in the same position. So I'm talking a lot this morning. I'm not going right into the readings because so much has happened. I wrote a song, and I'm going to play it at the very end here. It's a really good song, I think. It was another download. It just came through, and it's basically about the spiritual battle that we're going through with right now, where it's like the devil has stepped into the family unit and tried to break it up, and we're not going to let it. So yeah, I begged my kids to love me for a long time here. you know Pretty embarrassing to say that they just, I mean, we were like the 3 musketeers. We were so damn close, and not anymore. I bet you my earrings are kind of loud for you guys because I got the mic right beside the earrings. So anyways, I had to I had to say no more. The letter that was written to me was absolutely vile and full of false, things. And oh gosh, it was embarrassing. And, you know, to admit to here, but um, it was devastating. So I, I blocked my kids. I said, enough. I'm not going to grovel. I'm not going to beg for your love and your affection. And when you're ready to come back, I'll be here for you because I do love you. And I love my kids very, very much. I just, you teach people how to treat you. And if they can't treat you properly, then they're not going to treat you at all. So that was my birthday gift. It was not a very nice one, but that was also on the solstice. It was, around June. I think it was June 19th or 18th, something like that, that it happened. And the 21st was solstice. So this trip, I'm glad that it happened before I came here. My husband decided to surprise me, and here we are in Greece. And he did this before actually the shit hit the fan. And, and at first I didn't want to come here. I was just, I just wanted to crawl in a hole. And then I was like, nope, you know what? Shoulders back, chin up, and keep marching on, because the devil's not going to defeat me. He may, try to separate my family, but in the end, he won't, because my kids are extraordinary. And I know that it's just someone whispering their ear, or something is happening. Something's happening worldwide right now. It can't happen to this many families all of a sudden. Like, I looked on Facebook, and there is a no contact group for moms and dads, and specifically moms, and 30,000 people are on that site. It's just not normal. So I truly believe that this is a spiritual battle. So anyways, we come here to Greece, and we're at the beach today. As you can tell, I even haven't had a shower yet. I literally came from the beach, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get here to see everyone. And 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 so I got here, and when I was at lunch, uh, the couple beside me went, oh my God, look, look. And I looked down, and there's this huge insect coming towards me. It's massive. And it looked like a spider. It had legs like a spider, and it was going up the chair leg towards my leg. And but it had green and yellow, and it just looked like hideous. And it literally made me jump back. And I grabbed my napkin, and I'm not going to kill it, because I learned that lesson, right? And so I got the napkin, I got it to crawl on the napkin, and it kind of went up on the napkin. And Lynn's was at the bathroom during this, so I'm defending myself. So I got the napkin, and I shooed it, and it went into the beach. Like, it went about 10 feet away. So I sat down, and I thought, oh, I don't know. Feels like there's another one not far behind. Well, sure as shit, I feel this little tickle on my right leg, and I look down, there's a freaking another one. It's a bit smaller. It's about this big. And I was like, oh my God, these things are not nice looking. I jumped up again. By now, Linz is with me, and he goes, I think that's a cricket. It's like a giant cricket, but it had spider legs. It turns out there's a spider cricket. Who knew? So anyways, we got that on a cloth, on the napkin, and again, off it went. But I tell you, the rest of the lunch, I was kind of going like this. Is there any more? Oh my God, are there any more? Anyways, it was an interesting lunch. Lots of fun. So let's go back here and say good morning. Going on a lovely bike ride today, Victoria. Way to go. Get that exercise. Go and enjoy the sun. 8 a.m. where Jill is. I think you're in Arizona, right? Yeah. So 8 a.m. You're up and early. That's exciting. Yeah. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Greece is on my bucket list too. Lucky you. I know, right? I actually, I had never heard of Corfu. So this is an interesting thing. don't know if I should tell you, because I tell you, where we're at is like an oasis. It feels like a little bit of heaven. But I have seen two people on the island that I've looked in their eyes and I went, "You're a friggin' vampire," right? Because I believe that there are other species living amongst us. And as I was looking online, for some reason, I asked Chat, "Is there a history of vamps on this island?" And it went, "Funny you should ask. There is legends of them living on this island because it turns out Rothschilds live just like smack dab over here, not far from where I'm at, and they've been there for since the 70s. But they also bought. I asked Greg Hallett, "Hey Greg, do you know anything about Corfu? That's where we're going." And goes, "Oh yes, I know." He knows everything, right? So he goes, "Oh yes, that's where the Rothschilds are." And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, they own a good section of land there. And in fact, Albania is right across the water. You get a little ferry, goes over to Albania, and they bought a whole bunch of land in Albania," he says, "so that no one can see what's going on in their property." So I looked it all up. And what they did was they bought a huge chunk of land in Albania and made it into a national park. And so who's to say, right? But this, where I'm at, is heaven. We've got lemons growing on the tree right in front of me here, and the crickets are singing, and I know what they look like now. They're big, and yeah, and the mosquitoes are gone, thankfully. So no, it's really beautiful here. So this is the story. We go for a drive, and we start heading towards the Rothschilds' property. And just as we come around the corner, we have Albania radio on the radio. It's really coming in clear and good music. And then we come around the corner, and there is the estate up in the hills. Big estate. And I went, "That's got to be the Rothschilds." And just then the radio announcer goes, "Yeah, and here's a new song called Dracula." I'm not sure. Yeah, and it's a song about Dracula. And I'm going, and we're driving all this time looking up. And I thought, Lynn's actually was beside me, and he goes, "Well, there's no coincidences, Carrie." Have you ever heard the song Dracula? I had never heard it, but there it was. So, anyways, we're bringing light, even more light. But again, I want to not defer anyone from Corfu because this is heaven. I think there's one pocket that is probably a little dark, but even there, we went down to the beach. Oh my gosh, it was heaven. It was so beautiful. So let's get into the cards, and I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was really interesting. Okay, Cass is saying, "Can you pull cards on Carney buying unsold condos in Vancouver?" Really? Well, that doesn't surprise me. So his company is doing that. I just lost the card there, but snake in the grass. I don't think we need to pull any other cards. That just kind of explains it all, doesn't it? Yeah, he's making his bed and he's going to have to lay in it because I think that's criminal. And yeah, he's right now feeling like he's got the group all beside him, and we're outside of that group. But that group is going to fall apart real fast, and their success is going to be measured differently because will he be arrested? I think he's swimming with sharks, and it's time. It's only a matter of time before he ends up having to go a totally different way, and that way is probably, yeah, it's like behind bars, right? The trees are bars, and will he be arrested, yes or no? Not okay. So will there become a time when all of these heads of governments that have been doing illegal activities and fraudulent activities and pocketing hundreds of millions of dollars, like Pelosi, for instance, will there be a time where they'll actually, oh, okay, I actually heard that it's not even going to be jail time. They'll just be gone if they haven't already. Yeah, I think the people are going to rise up. They're going to say enough is enough, and they're going to silence them. right? They're going to, yeah, yeah, because it's inevitably, it all comes down to this card is about, someone's private areas, right? And it's all comes down to that. It's one big ring. So we will have celebration in the end, don't you worry. Okay. Yeah, it's really comes down to our reaction. And are we going to react, or are we just going to let it continue on like it has for the last umpteen billion years? It's time that we reacted. And they certainly are in Ireland and England, and 2 million people marching in England. Okay, so Jill is saying that's okay for missing that appointment. Not a worry. You're the best, I tell you. Valerie's saying, hey, Carrie, hi. Um, Disassociation. What would that be about? I was talking, oh, yeah, with the kids. Most definitely. Yeah. So TDS is a real thing. That's Trump derangement syndrome. It really is. And it's like wringing people dry. The ones that have been behind Trump for a very long time. But I think there is a time where we're actually separating timelines, because okay, so going back to my kids, I think that this is a huge point to be made. I made a comment when I posted. I came out of the closet about no contact just the other day. It was just before my birthday, and in that, I thought, what was I going to say there? Ah, we were talking about TDS being a real thing. Oh yeah. Okay. So my kids were really, well, one is really, really embarrassed about my belief systems and about, what I do here with you guys. Really embarrassed. She said that she's actually lost jobs because of me, because producers, she's in the film industry and in Vancouver, not in Hollywood. And she said that people, see what I do and they get freaked out. And I said, well, tell them that, yeah, every family has a cuckoo, and, just let it go. And she really wants me to change my last name. So, anyways, I think there has to be something. I can't remember what I was going to say about all that. It was TDS. TDS is a real thing. Can't remember. It's gone. But basically, we have family members that are embarrassed about us, and it is a real thing. It divides families. It's tough, right? Had to let my sister go. No more drama. Yeah, it's a tough decision to make, isn't it? Really tough. So, but you'll love this song that I wrote. You're gonna flippin' love this song. And today I'm going to play the extended version, so it's like 5 minutes long instead of 3.5 minutes. But it's good. Yeah. Okay. Hi. I would like to ask if there are opportunities to travel internationally coming my way. And my life has been on pause for more than 2 years due to health issues, and want to experience some joy. Absolutely. Oh, sweet fairy. Well, the first card that comes up is all about, raising your vibration. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Thank you for this, sweet fairy. I was going to say about the TDS. I made a comment when I put it online that I said, are we like in different dimensions? Are we? Because I remember a totally different, conversation. And they're all saying that never happened. Like, and Linz remembers it. I remember it. But they're all saying, and I mean, many people are saying that it never happened. And I thought, okay, what the heck is going on here? Is it like a Mandela, effect? Is it that we are living in two different vibrations right now, two different dimensions? And I think that's what's happening. We've all often heard that those that are enlightened are going to be moving into the fifth dimension, fifth dimension, and those that aren't are going to stay in the third dimension and just continue in that endless loop. And I think that's what, we're going through, and we're starting to see it now. And I think that's why the families are dividing, because some are elevating and going into the fourth and fifth dimension, And the others, they're believing the BS and they're living in a different timeline. And, it's all about, please, sir, may I have some more, right? They're accusing us of, well, in my case, asking for things for free. And I was like, Linz, when have I ever asked for anything for free? Like, I overpay. I pay. I pay tips. I pay, like, I give my kids so much. And I think you guys are the same. So, enough about my kids. But I think that it's a great thing that we need to start to discuss because, it shows that there's different mindsets. It's like I have a totally different memory than what they do. So when you say that you've had 2 years due to health issues and want to experience joy, I want to say jump into a different timeline. Okay. It's time. I'm going to bring you back to this one. Okay. So your name is Sweet Fairy, right? Okay. So because I can barely see you, it cuts off. So, Sweet Fairy, I want you to jump into a different timeline, honey. What you've experienced here was very tough and very real. But I want you to imagine that it's like a swish factor. We are just going to look at your life sitting in front of you. All of you guys can do this. And you're going to say, okay, maybe the background, going back to pre-birth and the early years, it might have been some tough stuff. Whatever it is you want to shift in your timeline that has already come to pass, you can actually just shift it to the left and instantly a higher vibration comes in from the right. And then breathe that in. Breathe it in. Feel the higher vibration. And you'll also feel that you had a different background, a different history. And that brings great power through to you. You can feel the confidence. You can feel the joy starting to bubble up in your belly. Okay. That's all it takes. Just swishing that timeline. Okay. It's just as easy as that. So, Sweet Fairy, once you do that every single day, there is no doubt that you're going to have travel internationally in your timeline if this is what you desire. Okay. That's really just that easy. And she says, thank you. Yeah, I love you, honey. Okay, Sadie. Morning, Carrie. Sandra from Fraser Canyon, BC would like to know what's going on with my bowels. I had some loose bowels since Thursday morning. Is it just a flu bug? Yes or no? Yeah. So is it a flu bug? Yes or no? I get a pretty strong yes on that, like 80%. I think it's also stress related. So what have you gone through, Sandra? Yeah, it almost feels like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, where I feel it in your gut. You just like, there's so much tension there. So I want you to do some stretching and, like reach up to the sky and bend backwards and stretch your bowels and drink lots of water, flush it out, but meditate. Do some meditation, okay? There's flies buzzing around my head. Yep. Okay. So I think it's I was going to say it's short-lived, but no, it could actually go on because of stress. So the faster you get to this and the more that you just feel at ease, the better it's going to be for you. Okay. I got to move the coil again, the mosquito coil. It's on the edge of a table and I don't want to burn the table because it's not my table to burn. But I'm letting the end of the coil, the ashes fall down to the ground on the concrete. So that's why I keep looking down. Okay. Daily Sparkle. I call them cave crickets. Yeah, they are freaking huge and they walk. They don't jump. Right? I thought they were like grasshoppers. No, they run like a spider. Okay. Okay. So, and by the way, hi, Daily Sparkle. Good to see you again. Much love to you. Okay. So, Jill, I hope I can spend some time in Greece someday. Beautiful place. It truly is. I didn't even know where Corfu was. And like I said, I feel like the food, oh, the food is incredible. The people are amazing. The skies, the birds, the swallows buzz your head all day long. And yeah, it's just beautiful. Yeah. But what I've been getting here, I thought, okay, why was I sent here of all places with 10 days notice, right? And I thought about the snakes up in the hill. That's definitely a snake that lives over there. Well, this is a breakthrough. We're energetically breaking through. And I think the more light workers that are being brought to the island, I bet you there's a ton of us that came this week because we've been meditating and bringing in the light. I was just hearing don't lie, and I was like bringing the lies because the meditation, I haven't done like traditional meditating, but I have done releases, and that's not a lie. Yeah, there we go. So what I did was when I first came, I felt like I had a cloud over me because I had gone through so much with both kids. And to tell you the truth, I mean, it was devastating. So enough of that. But I was in the pool, and I thought I just have to, squeeze the tension out. I'm going to squeeze that tension out of my shoulders. And then I went under the water and brought the water up to about here. And then I came back up and I squeezed and I brought myself back under the water and did this 3 times. The third time I went under the water, all of a sudden I went, ugh, like just a shake. It was a tremor, involuntary. And I felt this energy just lift up and out of me. And it went. It was gone. And I turned to Linz. He was on a lawn chair there, and I said, I think I'm free. Oh my God, I've been caring so much about my kids for so long. I think I just freed myself. And I think that the energy here allowed me to do that. But I think also God has brought in a whole bunch of light workers to work on the land here specifically. Isn't that funny? I mean, I'm just, I don't know, 15 minutes down the road. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, exactly. So there's lots of support. I mean, there's lots of us light workers that ended up here, and we've surrounded that tree that has stayed rooted here for a very, very long time, for decades, and not anymore. No, it's it's going to it's going to fly. Yeah, the energy is flying. It's free. So yeah, Jill, it's really a beautiful place here. I feel so safe. Like we've been sleeping without, you know, with all the windows open, the doors open, and feels so safe here. It's amazing. So it's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, and T. Sheridan is saying, good morning, Carrie. Well, good morning to you guys. Tom Hanks is supposed to be somewhere around there. Yeah, I think there's a few of them. King Charles and Camilla used to come and stay with the Rothschilds on a regular basis, but it's all in spirit's highest good. I truly believe that wherever they gather, light workers are brought in. God knows that one. I've been in a few battles. So, will my mother's estate be settled in the next month? And this is T. Sheridan. I'm dealing with a narcissistic sister, and it's been almost 2.5 years. I'm at the end of my rope. Nothing will ever fill here. Nothing will ever fill here. Any insight? Okay, well, same card came up. Isn't that funny? What I heard when I was attempting to read that, because you know me with reading, God bless. What I heard was what you resist persists. So the more that you say, my narcissistic sister, what a biatch, right? I don't know my language today. Gosh, sorry guys, but that's what I was hearing. So, anyways, if you're saying that about your sister, you're resisting that whole situation. So I would recommend just sending love. You get more with honey than vinegar. And my mom always said that for decades. And I remember thinking, oh, mom, but she was right, And sometimes, okay, I was just thinking, yeah, but you cut your kids off. You didn't use any honey there. I used honey for 2 years, 3 years, because this has been on and off for a couple of years. And it comes a time where you have to say enough is enough, right? And just walk away. 2.5 years, maybe there's coming a time where you just not give up, but you give up the fight and say, okay, what is it that you want? What do you want? And can we come to some kind of agreement here, some kind of a deal? And just do it through love, 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 love. Because what's going on right now, yeah, it really boils down to your reaction. So she loves getting a reaction out of you. Don't give it to her anymore. Okay. I think I've shared in the past my first boyfriend, Dr. Timothy Michael Marshall. I was 19, he was 29, and um, yeah, it was my first relationship per se, real, relationship, intimate, we'll say. Okay. And he taught me how not to argue anymore, even though I've done it a lot in my life. I'm pretty good at it. Being my father's daughter, I learned to argue, but I also learned not to argue through Tim, and I thank him every day because I would try to argue with him, and he would just smile at me and say, "I'm not going to argue with you, Carrie," and I'd be like, "But you gotta," and he'd say, "Nope, not going to argue with you." And he would just give me a green light to either go and have a little hissy fit, or you know when I was ready, when I was calm, then we would have a conversation. And it was I don't know, it was probably the best lesson that I had had in those years. So I would say the same thing with you. If you've got a narcissistic sister, you know who she is, you know what she's about, and is it helping you by any means? Oh, I'm going to turn the volume up. Sorry, guys, I had the volume way down. My husband just peeked out, and we've had some arguments. Not on this trip. I'm talking years ago. We had some pretty big arguments, but not anymore, thankfully. So you go through periods. So I would say you're dealing with her for 2.5 years. Will your mother's estate be settled in the next month? Yes or no? It's still on the ropes because of your reaction, right? You're being talked to like you're a little kid, and conversely, it's almost like you're putting your hands behind your back and you're putting your head down, and you're not having that conversation. So if you need mediation, perhaps, if you need legal, whatever it is, or just let it slide and breathe through it and realize that what you resist persists. So you're not going to resist it anymore. You're not going to feel like you're always asking for favors. Can I please, sir? May I have some more? No, focus on the family. This was your mom. She had you kids. What would she want? Because right now it's like the walls are closing in on you, but you have got the power, my dear. You have got the power. And so focus on the end result. What is it that you want? And be happy that the end result is here already. Okay. Then we look into it again. If you do all of that, if you focus every single day, I'm so happy, I'm so excited that mom's estate has been settled. Yes, it's been settled. Yes. Say it over and over again and feel the joy bubbling up in your belly. If you do that, could it be settled within the next month? Yes or no? Absolutely. That's 100%. It was like I have like a Geiger counter in the side of my head. I just whack myself. But it goes down for no, and it goes way up for yes, 100%, 90%, 80%, all the way 50%. 50% is either for me, ask another question, or it's a maybe. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So next, will they use Judgment Day and the Book of the Dead to end them? Who is that about? That was going back. Let me take a look at your previous question. Greece is on your bucket list. I don't know what you're talking about there, honey. If you want to expand on that a bit more, okay, and then we can talk about it. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, we are a long ways from there. Um, yeah. Yeah. So if you can expand on that in the question and let me know what you're talking about, okay? Happy birthday. Hey, can you pull some cards for my for my kids, two sons and two daughters? They are awesome and talented kids. Will they succeed in sports and life? Yeah. So two of them are scholastically inclined as well. And but at times feels like a whirlwind. Their house is in a bit of chaos inside. You know, it feels like they're going through a bit, but no worries. I got two cards here. They just need to march on and realize that, yes, they're going to fly. They're really doing well. So ultimately, the question was, are they going to do well? Absolutely. They have a huge family support there. They've got you and the family around them. The day that they go off to university or off to school or sports, especially, is going to be a day that you're going to be measuring, you know, differently, because there's a sadness that they're old enough to go to somewhere, you know, warm, and it feels like sports. So one of them in football, because Portugal came to mind. So yeah, and or maybe running. It could be running. But anyways, when they are old and gray, they're going to look back and go, "Wow, we had the best parents ever, best father," and they're really really grateful for you. So don't you worry, just enjoy day by day. Yeah, they're going to do well, honey. Okay, Valerie, question: how are you going to fare here in England post this PM? Will it open to exit floodgates? Um, well, you're getting replaced with the same of the same, right? The guy that's coming in, he's like a Gavin Newsom. You know, he took over Manchester, and look what, you know. So, but the sun is going to shine. Don't you worry, okay? I think that we need to focus on our end result instead of crying over spilt milk of what has been done, and, you know, what they did and how they put everything into, like, we feel like we're in a box of these 15-minute cities and all that ridiculous stuff. Instead, we're going to be building bridges. We're the ones that are going to be saying, no, this is all coming to an end. And, you know, the whole control, the WEF, all of that sort of stuff, that's all coming to an end. And instead, the finances are really going to, I think it's Nasera Jacera. I think that people are going to be reimbursed for their mortgages, reimbursed for all of the investments that they've made, and the family units will come back together again, because we're going to raise up our vibration and we're going to be in that fifth dimension. So yeah, that's what we need to focus on. The whole office thing, that's going to change completely, because you just do what you want to do and enjoy your hobbies and what really brings you joy. Great question, though. Can you help me understand what happened to my Uncle Brian? Whew, okay, that took the breath away from me. Um, it's making me burp up. So, what happened to your Uncle Brian? Did he pass quickly or did he go missing? What I felt was a huge full of air coming out of him. And yeah, let's talk privately on that, okay? Because I don't like to say things out in the public, but something happened there, most definitely. And it feels like it was fast and sudden. Now, did he die or did he just go missing? I don't know. Yeah, we'll look into it privately, okay, honey? Happy birthday for yesterday. Yay! Does that make you a varying Cancer sun sign? And the 22nd, I have a carrying Cancer sister who celebrates hers tomorrow. Yes, I'm right on the cusp, but I'm definitely more Cancer than Gemini. Gemini, they're more free spirited. Cancers, we're homebodies. We love to cook. We love the family. Family is everything, right? You'll do anything and everything for your family. My gosh, bend over backwards for the family, and yeah, cooking is a big thing as well. So I love being a Cancer. Yeah, it's all about love, right? Sweet fairyish, I will jump into a different timeline. What I expected was very tough and painful. Yeah, or what you experienced. Well, also what you expected. Because what you experience is kind of what you expect, right? Because when you start to get into that loop of pain, you wake up and you feel pain, and then you think you're going to bed and you're talking to yourself about this pain, and then you wake up and you're still feeling the pain, and then it just becomes this endless loop. But if you change that and you say, okay, that's a whole timeline, I'm just pushing off to the side, I'm bringing in a new timeline, pain free. I'm so happy and grateful I don't have pain anymore. I'm so happy and grateful I don't have those memories anymore. And instead, I've replaced it with memories of, really loving parents. They absolutely adored me and supported me and spoke kind words to me. They were bobcats and protecting the house. They wouldn't let anyone harm me. And start writing. This is coming up for you. So I want you to write what your new timeline is all about and the beautiful life that you are living. Okay. So you're saying thank you there. That's wonderful, honey. And Valerie, happy birthday for yesterday's birthday. Does that make you a caring? Yeah, my sister, we already read that one. Sorry about that. Thanks, Carrie. You're welcome, sweetheart. Okay. And Daily Sparkle, you're giving me like surprise and hearts. So I must have said something there that was like, woo. Oh, we were talking about next door here. Yeah. Yeah. But it's all good. I spent a month in Greece in the early 80s on shoestring. Loved the food, the people, everything. Well, that's just it. You can live here for so cheap. It's incredible. And the people are really amazing. The sun is incredible. It's not too hot, like it's 35 degrees and maybe 38, but it's not prohibitively hot, and you can still be in the sunshine without burning your keister off. So it's been really beautiful. I've absolutely loved it, and I'll come back to Corfu again without hesitation. Just joining you from France, from Paw, France. Aw, that's beautiful. So, Heather, we are going to talk about how you measure things. I can hear you laughing. How I measure things. How you measure your spirituality and how you connect with spirit. Um, Sometimes you feel, yeah, you beat yourself up a bit, and it's almost like you backstab yourself about your faith or where you're going in life or whatever. And instead, they want you to feel spirit walking side by side. So when you're in the car, I want you to feel that your angel's right beside you in the car, right? And have a conversation with them. When you're going to bed, speak with them. Realize that your angels are giants, and as you're speaking with them, they are listening. Okay, so that's a good one for you, my dear. Now, T, happy birthday for yesterday. Yay, thanks again. If you're so called, I would love some guidance or a message from spirit regarding my current work situation. Okay, so what they're asking is for you to look in the mirror and realize how amazing you truly are. Sometimes you've been putting yourself down a little bit. You're not seeing your own value, and so when you don't see your own value, others don't see it as well. You know, it brings me back. I love the movie The Secret. The flies are buzzing like crazy. But notice they're not landing on me. They're just buzzing. They're trying to distract. So, oh, that's what it is, T. You've had a lot of distractions in your world, haven't you? And just when you're starting to get on track, you get distracted again. It's like, oh, flies. They're all over the place here. Oh my God. So it's coming to an end, right? Your current work situation, I think things are starting to change. You feel like you're a little overwhelmed and maybe in deep waters, but don't worry. This is a time of change, and it is in perfect timing that you're probably going to take a new path. Wow, I love it. You can't really see the forest for the trees right now, but don't worry because God can. Yeah, I think it's that way. And don't worry about, being without, okay? Because when you focus on that, that's when you end up without. So the key here for you is to realize that Creator is giving you a green light. I've spoken many times about my girlfriend who got fired from her job, and she phoned me up in tears, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I said, well, hallelujah. You've wanted to be a writer and a speaker for how long? Now you can actually go out there and do it. So start booking. And she goes, I don't know how to book. And I said, get on the horn. The Rotary Club, right? They take all kinds of speakers for free. And you can practice with the Rotary clubs all over the city, and if not the country. And that's what she did. She's a professional speaker now. So thank God for that boss having the smarts to actually, and listening to her spirit, say it's time to release this woman and let her be free. And that's what I feel for you is, yeah, it's go time. You have something else that's coming on your path, it feels like, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. And I think you already kind of have a feeling what it is, but you're kind of scared about it all. And don't be frightened, honey. It's for a reason. Everything is happening for a reason. Okay, how are we doing for time? We're at an hour. Yep. Okay, so I would say, oh, we got a few questions here still. Let me look over at Facebook. Got to sign in because I'm on there as well, and I want to see if there are any questions there. We'll do a few more from Facebook and then a couple more, and my battery's getting low, so I don't know how much longer I can do some questions here. Might be a bit shorter of a session today, okay? But we're here, and it's a good thing. Okay, so we just have Patty. Hey, Patty, she's saying hi from Canada. Patty, let me pull a card for you. Okay, Patty, family. What's going on with family? Let me come back to you. What's going on with family? Have you got a bit of separation in there with family? Yeah, don't you worry. Well, this is a really graphic card, but just take it for what it is. Sometimes we feel hurt, it's like cutting off your hand to spite your body or whatever that saying is. It's like someone has either hurt you or you're probably hurting yourself. And what they're saying is stop it. Stop it right now, because you have a lot of support all around you. Don't worry about what's going on with family. And again, start speaking to your angels. Start speaking to your spirit guides. They want you to look in the mirror and see the beauty that you are, because you're a beauty, my girl. And yeah, things are really starting to shift for you. There's going to be a lot of changes coming up. 2 to 3, is it weeks? Could be even days. Yeah, there is a snake in the grass around you. There's someone that has been manipulating people around you. Okay, and but this is a time of breakthrough for you. Don't you worry. And you've been planting the seeds. You've really done a good job with that. You've done a lot of meditation. You've done a lot of release, and you literally are opening up the gates now, and the sheeple are being free. You've always focused on half full rather than half empty, and you've always stood out from the crowd. So I think that, yeah, you're your whole path is changing completely, but they really just want you to let it slide. Anything that's in your world right now that has been a challenge, it's temporary, and just allow it to move on. Okay. Much love to you, honey. Okay. So, hi, Carrie. What's going on with my eyes? And are the drops I am using helpful? Marie. So, Marie, if you're asking that, I would say the drops probably aren't so helpful because you know intuitively. You're actually really quite psychic yourself. Okay. What is happening with your eyes? Anytime there's something happening with your eyes, is because you're not wanting to see something. So, what's happening in your world that you're not wanting to see? That's what I would ask. You know, is there something happening with family or friends, and you know, it's creating um, difficulties where you just want to shut down? And whatever it is, I want you to deal with it and look at it, face it. And when you do, spiritually, your eyes are going to heal naturally. I remember having a young girl come to me, oh, it was probably 20 years ago at least now, and it was when I was doing readings. Where was that? That was Edmonton, Alberta, and that was at Joyce Sinclair's art studio, and it was a indigenous art studio. And she came. She was a young Chinese girl and Asian girl, and she came in and beautiful. She had the world by the tail, and I looked at her and I went, okay, what's with your eyes? What's going on? And you couldn't see physically anything wrong with her eyes. And I said, there's something with your eyes. What is the issue? And she burst into tears, and she said, I've been diagnosed with tumors in the back of my eyes, and I think it was tumors. And she said it was a very rare thing, and she was going blind. And so I said the same thing to her. I don't believe that. I believe that everything, all dis-ease, is a break, a separation of energy in your congruency, where you know you're in alignment with spirit. I mean, the card was, yeah, with spirit. The cards are coming up now. Heal thyself, and that's when you'll fly. Okay, so what I said to her was, no, I don't believe that. I believe that you're having trouble seeing something in your world. What's going on in your world? And it turned out that culturally, you know, her mom wanted her to marry someone, and she was in love with someone else, and that wasn't in their culture. And, you know, it was a lot of stuff going on in her world, and so much pressure to be, you know, who she really wasn't. She wanted to do something more artsy. She was very creative, and there was so much pressure to do something else. So yeah, this is how she was feeling. And can you see how that person would have eye problems, right? Because their blood vessels are like freaking out, you know. So that sorry, the mosquito stuff, it's coming down to the end. It's those coils, but I don't like using chemicals at all, but I'm desperate at this point because the mosquitoes have been so bad here. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, so with your eyes, let it go. Let whatever was the issue, bury it. And I don't mean bury it and suppress it. I'm saying let it move on. When something dies, it transforms. You know, it becomes ashes, or it becomes, you know, food for worms, and then the energy moves on. So either way, it's either feeding energy up to spirit, or it's feeding energy back to Mother Earth. And that is part of release, right? Sorry, something tickling my nose. And so I think that's what we have to do when we're not wanting to see something. We need to let it go. And whatever the issue is, just let it go, honey. Okay? Okay. Just listening in today, sending everyone here so many sparkles and so much love. Thank you so much. You're a sweet soul. Yeah. Let's see. yeah, you're it's like this card. I usually say, how are you measuring success? But it actually feels more like you're getting close. You're centimeters away from one of your dreams, and it's really starting to come through. So, congrats. Well done. Okay. I do have a wonderful lawyer. Okay, well, then get that lawyer. Fantastic. You said Rothschilds will end themselves. Did I? I don't remember saying that. I think the Rothschilds. Oh, did I say that? Wow, that was a Freudian slip then. uh, I don't know if they're going to end themselves. I think that we're stepping out of this vibration, this whole world of contrast, up, down, in, out, left, right. Good, bad, evil, angels. Right. I think all of that is coming to an end soon, and this is what we're experiencing. So I think that the Rothschilds will end, and they will stay in the lower vibration. And the rest of us that have been working and raising our vibrations and meditating daily and feeling really good and letting all that crap go and focusing on what's good about this situation, we're raising our vibration, getting into a new dimension, a new sense of self, a new loop. And that's where the division is. So I think that that's the Rothschilds will end as we move on. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I thought it may be the same or worse, but only for a short time. Valerie's saying, yeah. Heather, do my guides have any answers or any messages I need to hear? Well, there you go. I was hearing, yeah, you've got all the answers you need. You already know the answers. What they're saying is, let the sunshine in. When you um, are less reliant upon everything else and the chaos that's around you, you realize that that's actually, that is actually a blessing, because the ants are aerating the grass and they're feeding the nutrients, and there is a reason why you know those ants are, sorry, so many distractions here. It's a day of distractions. There is a reason why the ants are turning the ground upside down, right? And maybe you've got lots of messages that are coming through and you're just not hearing them. Maybe, you are that tree trunk, and each ant is messages that have been trying to come through, and they're actually tearing the ground up around you, trying to get through to you, but you're not able to hear it. So they're saying just march on, just keep going. Um, what I would say is, when I first wanted to astro travel, I prayed for 2 weeks. Every night before I go to bed, oh, please, dear Lord, let me astro travel. I really want to be able to get out of my body. And then, of course, just when I gave up, I started to spin, and I started to lift up out of my body, and I was able to sit up out of my body. I looked back and my body was laying down behind me, but my waist forward was still spinning, white light. And I looked at the door and I thought, well, isn't anyone going to come and greet me? Right. So no one came. I got exhausted. I laid back down, and that was it. It was like, it all stopped. With you, it feels like your guides have been wanting to talk to you for a long time. You got to meditate more, and you got to relax more. Stop putting pressure on yourself, and just feel a download. Like, just, okay, let's do something here. Heather and everyone else, I want you to just close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. You're going to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, letting go. And another deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, letting go. And another deep breath in And breathe out through your mouth, letting go. Okay, just concentrate on your breathing with your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine that your body is becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. Just feel all the pain, all the worries, all the chaos, whatever is being in your past. It's all just going to be like a heavy coat, and it's just going to slide off you and go into the ground. And you're going to give up all the burdens, all the sorrow, anything that's been bothering you, no longer serving you. It's all just going to slide off your back, and it's going to go right into the ground. And Mother Nature knows what to do with this energy. She transforms this energy into flowers or trees or anything beautiful, like birds in the sky, beautiful brook running beside you. You can hear the water. It just feels so good to be you now. And breathe. Now, I want you to imagine that you're going to speak to your spirit guide or your higher self or creator, God, Jesus, Mother Mary, whoever it is that you would like to speak to. And I want you to imagine saying, Dear Mother Mary, dear God, dear Jesus, dear spirit guide, whoever it is for you, go ahead now and ask a question. Now, the question, if it's about yourself, usually, let me go back here. Your angels want to help you. They want to lift you up. So ask a question where they can help you lift up. They can give you some guidance. Let's just ask them right now for one word of advice, and allow that one word to come through. What is that word? And write it down. You can ask them another question and say, would you like to give me another word, please? And feel, sense that second word. And now ask for a full sentence. What would they like to say to you in guidance? A full sentence. Beautiful. If you didn't hear a full sentence, just trust that it will come in your dream time or tomorrow when you're just waking up. You'll sense something being said to you, or you'll feel it, or you'll hear it. You'll see it in a signpost. Something will come to you. Okay? So with that, come all the way back. Feel your body, spirit, mind reconnecting. Click, click, click. Whole healed one. Your body, spirit, and mind all have come back together again. Roll your shoulders, twist your body, reach up to the sky, open your eyes, and come on back. And what were your words? If you like, you can share them here in the comments. Okay? And I'd love to see your words. What did Spirit say to you? I can also see that someone's asking, how do I get to talk to you privately? And here is the link in the comments for you. This is a one-to-one session, and my prices are so inexpensive now. They're crazy. I was $5,000 a month to work with, and I heard Spirit say, come on now, you got to work with the masses. So I brought my prices way down. Hopefully your guides had a message for you, and I'd love to hear. Okay, thanks for the positive message of hope, Valerie's saying. Absolutely, honey. And Bondui, you were asking, how do we talk? Okay, I gave you the link there for an actual private session, but you were talking about your uncle. So I'm going to put in here my email, okay? So you can write me at support@carriekohan.com and just send me an email, and then we'll chat privately. Okay, great. Others are saying thank you. Debbie or Bobby, sorry, I'm getting the D's and the B's mixed up. Good morning, Carrie. I would love a card today. What do I need to know about my painful lower back? Lower back is when you're carrying you're carrying the burdens of anything that is bothering your tummy. So I don't think that you have an extended tummy in the front, which is causing lower back. You know, usually if you have a larger belly, you're putting a lot of pressure on your back. That I don't see for you, Bobby, at all. What I see more is that it's all about energy and stress. And so someone has triggered something within you that it's like backbreaking work. You know, you're not able to say things, you're not able to be as truthful or as, and it has to do with perhaps something in the past, right? With your mojo, but we need to let go of it. You need to, you know, have the green lights. So when I look into your back, it feels, do I have the, yeah, it's, we have to play the cards differently in order to be able to heal. So what I want to look in the back of your back, I can actually see like a knife and it's right in the center. So I want you to imagine reaching behind and we're going to grab that knife and you can actually feel someone else's hand on it. So I want you to feel that hand, follow the hand back down their arm and up to their face. And it doesn't really matter if you can see their face or not, but you'll have an understanding who put that knife into you. It could even be yourself, but together, because they're cooperating now, they don't want to have this stuff anymore. It's actually their higher self that you're seeing, so they're really excited that you're willing to let all of this go now. So we're going to lift that knife out of your back and you just drop it to the ground and instantly you heal from the inside out and it's healed completely on your back. You had some other smaller ones. We're going to pull those out too, all around it and down towards your tailbone. Okay. And this also was, you were sitting for long periods of time. That was also festering it. So we're just going to pull all of that out and allow it to just fall to the ground. There we go. Now I want you to imagine you're going to shake your booty. You're going to shake your bum and your back area, your tummy. Just shake, shake, shake. And all the pins, needles, knives, daggers, everything is going to come flying out of you. And it's like a magnet going to the ground because Mother Nature is absorbing all that. And as you shake, just feel it all fall. There you go. And one more thing. I'm going to reach in. You have like an entity and it looks like a crab and it's been pinching your back. So we're just going to separate the claws and bring that crab out. There you go. And give it to Archangel Michael. He always supports these entities and returns them home from whence they came. So there. Now we bring in golden light to your back. And now breathe. You should feel different. And I trust by the morning you'll be 100% better. Okay? It's as easy as that. Okay, I have a double Gemini sun. Wow, they are the best. Hey? Love Geminis as well. I must have typed the birthday message twice. Yeah, you did. It's all right. I got doubly blessed with you, that's all. Oh, thank you for the lovely message, Heather's saying. Absolutely. Not a worry. Okay, and T, where are you here? Spot on. Thank you, Carrie. Well, I love hearing that. Yep. I need to own my own gifts and take the plunge. Muito obrigado from Portugal. Well, wonderful. I didn't know you were in Portugal. That's awesome. Well, to the bank. To the bank. You know, and I'm really excited for you. You're going to do extremely well. Okay? It's all good, hon. Hello, caught this live. Yay. General reading, please. How do you see my life playing out within the next years? Thank you, love and light. Okay. Well, you've had a bit of chaos. I can feel you going, yep. And they're just, you know, reaffirming that there's been like real chaos, energy, lightning, you know, like stuff. And at times you feel like you're running a race. Sorry, I went fast with that one. You're like running a race, competition. And that's kind of been the story of your life, right? So we want you to start focusing on that end outcome. If you were to sit in your rocking chair when you're 200 years old and you're thinking about the life that you've lived and you feel really, really satisfied and you're rocking back and forth, how does spirit play within your lifetime? And how did faith and trust and forgiveness and compassion and unconditional love, how did that all play within your lifetime? I think you're pretty good at all that. And in fact, I think that you're coming to, it's almost like a grand opening. It's like you've built the most beautiful estate and you're coming to cut that red ribbon, and everything is really starting to come into alignment with you, and especially when it comes to cash is flowing, and you're going to have unexpected, huge, it feels very large, excuse me, it's burping up because it feels like all of a sudden you're going to be surprised. Money is coming from different ways because at times you felt like you were having to ask for assistance, ask for help. But the key is realizing it's already within you. You're now letting it out of you rather than going, please, can I have some money? That's energy. You're asking it to come into you. But in fact, what if I was to say that it's already within you? And now what you're saying is, I am so happy to release this energy and allow this money to flow. And, the relationships and the joy and the laughter and the love and the compassion and all of it, it's really starting to flow. Yeah, because in the end, you are dancing, dancing, dancing. You're doing really well. Okay, so it's all good. Don't worry. Okay, Jill, if you have time, do you see my upcoming double hip replacement and recovery being successful? Will it be successful? Yes or no? 100%, 1000%. Yes. And you two are coming through to, it's like ending a chapter of, disability or distractions. That's a definite distraction. And it's funny, the timing. He's a big black fly. Yep. But you're definitely coming through to that, okay? And no more, head hanging down or anything like that, because pain makes it's debilitating, let's face it. It makes your head hang down. And you've put it off for a very, very long time. But now is the time to react. Now is the time to do it. And your house and home is going to be absolutely beautiful again. You're really starting to step into who you truly are. So, yeah, it's time. Don't worry, it's time. And it felt like a very good recovery. I think you're going to be dancing and enjoying music again in no time. The big thing is to believe and to just focus on the healing. When you are healing, instead of focusing on the pain, say, I'm so happy and grateful I am healed. I'm so excited that I'm healing, because if you focus on the pain, guess what you get more of, right? So put down the shovel of digging into what is wrong or what is hurting. Instead, go, oh, this is so exciting. I can see where I'm going to be dancing again. I can see where I'm going to be able to walk again and enjoy myself and cut that red ribbon, because I'm coming into a new chapter of my life. It's really exciting for you, Jill. Well done. Thank you, Carrie. I wish you a happy birthday week. Much love. Aw, I love you, honey. That's so exciting. Okay, thank you. My oldest daughter is good in competitive swimming, but awesome artist. Oldest son, great ice hockey, playing Division 1 in Calgary. Wow, that's awesome. And the other two are 4 and 3 years old, but unbelievably talented. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So the hockey player, what did I say? I asked if one was in football, I think, right? because I saw football in Portugal. Don't know what that's about, but yeah, someday it'll it'll show. And just enjoy the ride is what I got. Sometimes when you get on a slide, it's a thrill and it's exciting. You get to the end and you go, let's do it again. It's so much fun, but it's also short-lived, and I think that's what our life is about, and it's making me choke up because this is a ride, and and it'll be over before we know it. And so what I want to say is enjoy every single day, because yeah, it's a pretty exciting time to be alive. Okay, I'm just going to look at Facebook one more time, see if anyone else is over there. Yep, we got a couple. So I'll do the ones over in Facebook. We've got Linda. Breath work is so transformational. Absolutely. Did anyone get any words? I haven't seen any words yet. And I wonder where to travel, back to Nepal and India or somewhere new. Keep on keeping on. You're an inspiration. Aw, I love you, honey. Okay, so Linda, is it best that she goes to Nepal? Yes or no? Nope, that was a real strong. Is it best that you go to India? Yes or no? That's higher. That was like a 65, 70%. You've been to Thailand? Is Thailand up there? Yes or no? That's higher. Bali, that's lower. Singapore? Is it best Singapore? No, that's lower. No, I think Thailand was up there. Is it Greece? Greece is very high. Oh, that's funny. That's where I'm at right now. So I can see you here. Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it here. Everyone would. It's heaven. Yeah, I didn't feel strong with Nepal at all right now. So maybe something's going to happen there. And it's like, probably right, not right yet. Okay, keep on keeping on, you say. Love you, honey. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it. Let's see. Yeah, can either stay or go. Yeah. So if you can write me privately, we can chat. Okay. And peace, meditation, give your sorrows to your mother. That's what you heard. Fantastic, Heather. Isn't that exciting? That is wonderful. That's what it's all about, right? First word is peace. Next one's meditate. Yeah. So in order to have peace, you need to meditate and give your sorrows to your mother, because your mother's on the other side. And also that could be Mother Mary too, right? Give your sorrows to Mother Mary. So there's my support at carrieco.com. People are saying thank you, much love, thank you again, and happy birthday, and thank you very much for the message. Positive outcome. Thank you again, Carrie. Blessings. And final one, exciting. That's the word that you got the other words. Fantastic. I'm really happy for you guys. This is awesome. Okay, well, I am going to play a song for you right now, and I'm going to mute my thing and just play this song for you. And I think that you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Where is it now? Oh no, did it not? In your presence. Call my name? No. Okay, just give me a second, guys. I am just going to, I tried uploading it and I thought it uploaded the extended version. So let's see if it uploads. Just a second. So it's uploading. Anyways, while it's uploading, we'll do a couple of more cards on what's happening with Kirstarmer. Yeah, you know what? Page of Cups. So messages being given, right? This is a huge time of transformation, and it's also prosperity for England. I think that England is really going to start to turn around. He's left, there was so much that he left behind, and he took a lot with him. But again, I think that he's going to end up. Red is a base chakra, but it's also red shoes. Look at the red shoes, right? Yeah. I think that I really think that he's going to be left out in the cold, and people are going to turn on him. They're going to realize what was going on, and will he end up in prison? Most likely. Will he end up in prison? Yes or no? It's 50-50 right now. It really depends on how the people react, if they demand it or not, right? Yeah, because we know what was done, right? Makes my eyes go big. Okay, my song is just coming around. There we go. Listen to this, guys. Hopefully you'll hear it. Let me know if you can hear it.
Listen close, I've got a story to tell about heaven above and the shadows that fell, about families torn and hearts gone cold, and the power of faith when the night took hold. The devil came into the homes one day, whispering softly, leading hearts astray, creating division where loved ones stood, breaking as many families as he could. Mothers were weeping, fathers prayed, watching their children drift away. Empty chairs and sleepless nights, and all the kids did was fight, fight, fight. But when hope seemed lost in the darkest hour, heaven revealed its greater power. The angels answered the call when families thought they had lost it all. Through every prayer and every tear, they whispered, hold on, Creator is near. The devil may knock upon your door, but love is stronger than ever before. When faith stands tall, no matter the storm, that's when the children come home. Years rolled by, seasons changed. Some hearts were hard and some rearranged. Still a candle burned in the window light, still a prayer was spoken at night. They said, don't give up, don't lose your way. Christ is coming, just hold the faith. For every soul must choose its road, but no one walks their path alone. And when the demons thought they had won, a new day rose with the morning sun. The angels answered the call when families thought they had lost it all. Through every prayer and every tear, they whispered, hold on, Creator is near. The devil may knock upon your door, but love is stronger than ever before. When faith stands tall, no matter the storm, that's when the children came home. This was a battle not seen by the eye, fought in spirit beneath the sky. Hope was the shield and faith was the sword. Love was the promise that carried us forward. The prayers kept rising, the devil went wild, but with every heartbreak and every missed child, one by one the walls came down as grace came pouring from all around. The once more. In the end, faith won, hope won, love won, and the angels answer the call.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, let's go back. It's birthday. Come on now. There we go. Well, that's a pretty good song, I'd say. That was a download. It came to me in the day before my birthday, so June 21st, which was the solstice. And I swear, it just like, whew, it came through so darn fast, so beautiful. It just makes you feel great. You can find that any music platform out there, Spotify or Apple or YouTube, whatever. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, you're all saying, what a great song. That was, oh, it sure makes you feel good, doesn't it? I just love it. And it talks about the spiritual battle that's been going on with the songs. So, yeah, it's time. Sarah, please, could I have a quick general reading? Okay, last one, and then we'll be gone. Okay, much love to everyone. Okay, you've been carrying a burden for too long, my girl, and someone told you you weren't good enough, you weren't smart enough. There's something there that you've been holding on to for a very long time. It's time that you parted ways with it, and the messenger maybe, or the message, maybe not the messenger, but just energetically let it go and see your workplace differently. I think that there's something about your workplace and maybe words that are being said there, but it feels like your hobby is now going to become your workplace because you're putting the shovel down. You're not going to be digging the hole anymore, and you're not going to be wrung dry anymore. Instead, it's time for you to fly, for you to spread your wings. This is a really exciting time for you. You're healing every aspect of your world because the green is the healing, is the heart chakra. So there's two sets of shoes under the bed there. There's a relationship, loving relationship. Everything is working out for you. Even the plant is thriving. That's, plants know the energy in the house. Yeah. So energy with the relationship, everything's starting to heal. Your heart is expanding again. And yeah. And what they're saying is go for it. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. Is that good? And yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the song. It was an inspiring song. Much love to everyone. Love you as well. And thank you for the birthday wishes. And I hope to see you again next week. Same time, 4 p.m. on Tuesdays. We do free readings here. If you want a reading with me, in the comments section there, you'll see the Calendly link, and you can come and have a session with me for 45 minutes. It'll change your life. What we do here is really quick, but 45 minutes together, it'll change your life completely. Also, if you can on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I give 2 hours of my time here every week. And if you can support me by subscribing and sharing this on your social media, I sure appreciate that. Because as you know, YouTube has really tried to bury me. I went from over 1 million views. They took down my channel last year, and then they gave it back. So I'm up to 12,000 subscribers now, but I'd really like to get back up there again. They're holding my views on YouTube around 300 people. That's it. I went from 30,000 views to 300. So we can blow those algorithms by you sharing, by you supporting, and you liking this work. Okay. Appreciate everyone's help. Much love. Mwah. And we'll chat with everyone soon. Okay. Bye now.